Listen up, it is officially March. March Madness is upon us, and if you have not paid a lick of attention to college basketball up until this point, I'm going to give you the cliff notes of everything you have missed. Here we go. Starting with your big three, your LeBron, Wade, Bosh situation. Like, these three teams are just head and shoulders above the rest. These teams are Duke, Michigan, and Arizona. Now, Duke and Michigan actually played, and Duke won, so Duke is like your true 1A, taking him number one overall in fantasy type energy. Moving on to the second tier, okay? So the race for the fourth one seed is still kind of underway with UConn and Florida. UConn most likely will take it, but this is a list of other teams that really could either compete to be in like the Final Four or potentially national championship. You're thinking to yourself, Kens, where's UNC? Where's Kansas? Where are all these other blue bloods that we know as great college basketball programs? They're mid. Mid might be a stretch. Villanova's mid, but like UNC is not what they used to be. They're going to be like a 6 seed for sure, but they're not like what you're thinking they are. Actually, Kansas could be, but they have a really weird situation going on with their player Darren Peterson, who's projected to be like number one overall pick in the NBA draft. People talk about this kid like he's God, like they're like, this is the best basketball player I've ever seen in my entire life. However, he's big on the ailments. He has a lot of issues. He cramps, had the flu, no shame on the flu, but like they have these injuries or times where he needs to rest and you're like, why? Like he's like in and out of the lineup, which just isn't good for the aura of the team. They've also played well without him in the lineup. So now you're thinking to yourself, what is his impact on this team? Weird vibes going on. Really not my place to unpack it, but that's a name you're going to hear about a lot. As far as random sneaky teams you've never heard of being good in March Madness, Miami, Ohio. This is a crazy run for them. They are 29-0, undefeated. That is like unheard of situation. Now you're thinking to yourself, Ken, why weren't they in your big three or a team that could win the Natty? They play in the MAC, which is a very not good college basketball conference. So it's kind of like if you and your grown body went to play Little League baseball, obviously you're going to win. I don't want to take away from them because going undefeated and winning 29 games in a row is hard in general, but the point being, people are worried, do they deserve to be in the tournament with their strength of schedule if they don't go completely undefeated? So that's the situation with them, but fun story nonetheless. And my final thoughts are the Big 10 and Big 12 have clearly taken over as like the best college basketball conferences in this moment. The SEC will also have a ton of teams in the tournament, but they're not as top heavy as they used to be. Like Florida is really the only contender. And then the Big East is only going to have like 3 teams, which is crazy. Okay, that's all for now.